difficult to get off.
I think it's a good Pugner pick, though. They needed something that could play the map really quickly, because at the moment, the rest of their draft doesn't really do that.
Yeah,
early
take
on.
towers.
Like the 10-minute mark or so, if you look at the 3 heroes on the old but gold before the Pugner pick, they're kind of very... Earthsplit maybe can play the map a little bit, and at least he can play the map with the Pugner now, but the Disrupt and Lifestealer don't really offer that. They're not these mobile heroes that go actively ganking around lanes and things. I wonder if they play the Pugner off lane or mid, though. I wonder if BCZ has his golden Pugner set.
Oh, yeah, BCZ Pugner. Get me in.
Because they might just want to match the Pugner up against the Troll no matter what lane it is.
Yeah.
Which they can do.
Yeah, it'd be tricky to pull off, though, because, of course, you know, you can't... There's the one lane you can't really swap up on, you know. You've got to commit to your mid laner.
5 seconds remaining.
True. I wonder what they go for, though. I imagine you want to put the Earth Spirit with the Pugner in the off lane. That's a pretty good combination. They ban the Ursa. Okay. Oh no, so they do go for the Doom.
Okay. So Pugner committed to the middle lane, I think.
Okay. I guess the Doom does pretty well against the Troll as well. So it doesn't matter where the Troll goes now, that they kind of deal with it better than last game almost.
Alright, Aachen City Esports. Final pick for them now. What is it going to be?
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like they need some way of killing off... I want to see a core Nyx.
5
You ready?
seconds remaining.
He's going to own.
No.
Just mana burn and the Pugner's dead.
1 mana burn. If he decryptifies himself.
They need... Is Kunkka banned this game?
No, Kunkka...
Kunkka's okay.
Fairly sure he's not banned, no.
Again, it's another early BKB hero. That's what I like. You should
Yeah,
run at them.
yeah.
What else could we pick?
Viper again, not bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
Not a good hero
It's
either.
No, it's not good. I like the fact that they put the Pugner mid though. I said the Earth Spirit and the Pugner were a good combination in the off lane. It's a similar thing though. Where if the Earth Spirit rotates mid, you know they have so much kill potential between the Earth Spirit and the Pugner on the enemy mid laner. Doesn't matter who it is. So always going to have that available. I can see mid lane's going to have to be a little bit wary. I'd like to see where they put their wards at the start of the game to try and see where the Earth Spirit's going. They had a lot of reserve time left over here to decide about their last pick.
We had a lot of results. You know, the longest repetitive word in a sentence is had in a grammatically correct sentence. So it's
Oh, of course.
Jane. Sorry, do you want to?
No. You finish. You
Okay,
finish.
well, it's farther along one, but so the sentence is Jane was John had a better effect on the teacher. And now, if you actually add the proper punctuation, then you can make an actual. It's like a couple of sentences.
I think you're talking rubbish.
Work. Yeah, so it's the situation is where John has some homework and Jane also did some homework, but John used had and Jane used had. And then because Jane used had, that had a better effect on the teacher. And then you put it together. So John, who had, so John had because he had singular
You're making
had.
so much sense.
And then Jane had because she's got 2 hads in her homework piece. So John had. Jane had. So you put it compound it. So John, whilst Jane had a better effect on the teacher. There you go. So that's how had makes the longest repetitive word in the English language in a one grammatically correct sentence. You're welcome, guys. Don't say you don't learn anything when your parents ask what you're doing watching Dota 2 all day.
What just happened?
Anyway, Wraith King's been picked up and VTune is playing it. It's a carry Wraith King. That's probably more confusing than my sentence, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, it's really good though up against the Doom and the Pugner. Like these heroes that want to burst people down at the start of the fight. You can't really Doom the Wraith King. It doesn't really do anything. It's a decent pick, and it has good kill potential as well with the Grimstroke. Now you put the Inkswell on the Wraith King, and he just runs at you. And these skeletons get reincarnation now. That's amazing. They come back to life.
Wow.
Nomad.
Is that? Yeah, actually, I think I've seen that a couple of times.
It's pretty funny, I'll be honest.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Prepare for
But a little more than that. I mean, annoying to deal with. They push in lanes. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. Let's have a look as we have Wraith King carry by VTune. This is going to be Aachen Esports.
Is it Aachen or Aachen?
Aachen or Aachen? I don't know. I'm sure I'm getting it right.
Aachen.
Aachen. Aachen? Nah, it's 2 A's. It's definitely Aachen.
Okay.
Aachen City Esports versus Old but Gold. They battle it out in this best of 3 series, of course. Aachen City Esports starting things off with a 1-game advantage. Can Old but Gold pull it back? Can they beat their demons, both external and internal, to take this game? I don't know. It's a strong draft from them, but then again, they're against a Wraith King, who is... I don't know. I don't know if this hero is good or not, so I guess we'll have to see.
I think it's going to be okay here. I mean, Doom doesn't really have any armor to work with either.
30 seconds to
So,
battle.
especially when the Earth Spirit leaves the lane to go and gank mid, you put the Inti on the Wraith King, he runs at the Doom.
Scary stuff.
Gonna have to be a little bit careful.
Scary stuff.
So here we go. Earth Spirit's just lurking a little bit here. Doom not the strongest here at level 1, but Earth Spirit might be able to just snipe out the rune.
Has Velor played anything except Spirit today?
Yes, I think he played something different in game 1, didn't he?
The battle
Maybe.
begins.
But
Not sure.
It's definitely been at least 3 games, Spirit, so getting pretty comfortable with this hero right now as they look towards screen. Works his way onto the high ground, but immediately Inkswell coming out with the Thunder Blast on top of screen. He's going to be able to get the rollout. Nice jump there from Velor to get himself away. And even thrown down the all-chat line as well.
It's all about the mental warfare. All
And,
about. And I was going to say,
laying
actually...
in a lot of harass into V-Tune here. He's trying to turn this one around with Screen coming in the back lines, but BZZ joining up as well. Screen might have got in too deep, and he is going to be your first blood. BZZ gets it.
Yeah, okay, so they're actually just trialing at the moment around the Doom.
Hold on, something very important. Just need to check. He's got it. He's got the B. G has the BZZ Pugna set.
Thank God.
Whew.
Because the world would have been a horrible place if he didn't there.
I mean, what kind of teammate would he be if he didn't have his teammate set equipped?
That's very true. I think I've got the BZZ Pugna set. I think everybody does, right?
You should.
Wasn't it a common drop for everybody all the time?
Don't know. It just seemed to happen a lot.
This Pugna took Nether Blast at level 1 instead of Decrep. Okay. Oh, the Salve got cancelled by the whirling axes.
SH, man with a plan and with a couple of axes in hand as well.
I mean, I say I'm surprised that he didn't have Decrep, but the troll can still last it with the whirling, with the throwing axes, even if he's Decrept anyway. So I guess
Yeah,
it's
the
not-
Manacle's all Doom. He's going to die in the top lane once
Caught it.
again as Vici, Cube, and Screen run him down time after time. Meanwhile, SH falls pretty low in the mid lane, but will just back himself out.
Yeah, he gets the range keep there as well, which is nice. I love how he just caught that Doom kill, by the way. It's very impressive.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thanks. Yeah. It's some days the T Tours is
This Disruptor, by the way, is chasing the Darkseer relentlessly down in the bot jungle.
come back here, you. Stop stealing my creep wave. I mean, he's just an angry man on a tractor, isn't he?
Yeah. What is... I mean, how many times have I seen this where Darkseer's tried to cut the creep wave, but they always just get to low HP and then they just start running around, not really doing anything.
Velor tried to suicide on the tower, by the way, and Tiny came in and
dear.
grabbed the
Is
HP.
under attack.
Not sure I like this double stout shield on the Darkseer either. I don't think you need that this game up against the Disruptor. Doesn't really help too much.
Does bring it under tower. Vanscore still chasing though, very determined to mess with its Darkseer as much as humanly possible.
Might as well. No reason not to. Ooh, illusion for Cube. He can toss back to his illusion when he gets level 2.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
he is
say
level
he is level 2, but he needs the skill. He
gonna
skills
get
it
it.
up. He's gonna go for it. The madman.
He needs to put the illusion under his own tower. Yeah, see, look at that.
Oh, look at the efficiency there. If this results in a kill,
Is he dead?
okay, good. There's
The
no way that
illusion?
should have ever been. Nah.
Can he... He might... No, I'm really disappointed he didn't go for that.
He's trying to
Yeah, he
leave his
is.
illusions alive to. But wait, what's this? Oh yeah, that's its illusion. Cube.
Oh!
Cube. He's gonna find it with the toss. Finally runs him down.
What a player.
Well, look at that. Meanwhile, Doom, not particularly healthy up in this top lane, but he's got the Devour ticking through. So that's going to give him 13.6 health region with a Tango. That's all right. Needs to find himself a tasty Satyr creep. That's what he needs.
Yeah, that sounds fair and balanced. I don't mind, honestly.
Sweet. Like, what are they, like 40 HP regen coming in?
Yeah. The problem is, because the Disruptor's been chasing this Darkseer around all the time, he's not getting any XP. Oh, can they toss him back?
Yes, they can. Straight into the clutches of the Darkseer now as they get these iron shells ticking through. And Vanscore is going to go down. Cube, though, might die in response. Yes, he will. Going down to the tower and the Thunderstrike there.
I mean, Cube dies, but nobody gets any XP for it, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be fine with that on the Dire side. Oh, Troll actually dies in the mid Blade.
Yep, they do get the rotation in. That would be an Earth Spirit playing around in the mid lane, helping out G. So this is why I said in the draft, remember?
Yeah, it's just that kill potential in the mid lane between the Pugna and the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, any hero you have with Nurse Spirit, you want it to have kill potential, and G certainly offers that on the Pugna, so...
I mean, Troll's going to be okay, though.
Yeah,
They're just trading farm. It doesn't matter that he dies. Yes, it's annoying, but...
Yeah, the Troll's always going to be happier to trade farm as well, because, you know, he's a bit of a harder carry than the Pugna. Does more with money.
How's that Wraith King doing? Because Lifesteal is getting absolutely free farm down in that bot lane, because Darkseid is just cutting the wave, and so the Lifesteal is pulling the creeps to the big camp and then farming both. I say, how's Wraith King doing? He just dies. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. You know, things happen, stuff happened, and unfortunately, V-Tune does take a fall in the top lane. It's really struggling in CS as well, here, and he's 17 CS, and then Lifestealer's at 41.
Yeah. I mean, the Dire have popped this Observer Ward down in the big camp now. I don't know if it was there before or not, but just to try and stop the pools coming through.
Toss back, Vanscore once again getting bullied by an Fan and Cube. They are just relentless on this poor old Darks here, as on the poor old Disruptor, as I get him again and again.
Look at the Disruptor's XP, though. He's not even halfway to level 2. We're 5 minutes into this game.
Yikes.
And Disruptor is a hero that needs XP to be effective.
Yeah, that's a big oof right there. Vanscore needs to find some levels somewhere, but now what I want to see is him get a rampage and just see how many levels he gains. It's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, sure. Just get a rampage on Disruptor. Sounds easy.
Well, G's gonna go down. All but Gold struggling to keep their players alive on any lane except bottom, but bottom is going very, very well for Illidan here as he's leading the last hits quite significantly. You know, Fan holding up behind, and of course, Fan's actually had the kills as well, so he may be higher in net worth. Nope, still a little bit behind.
He actually maxes the Feast first on the Lifestealer as well, just to sustain himself in this lane. I assume he's going to go for a Midas on the Lifestealer, especially after the start he's had. You know, you benefit from that attack speed a lot that the Midas gives. No reason not to pick it up.
According to chat, by the way, it's Aachen City Esports.
Aachen.
Yeah, so we were way off the mark. Like, not even close, but there you go. Cube flying into the middle lane, going on to G here with the rock to follow through as well, though. Trying to slow down Cube as the toss comes back, but SH was not ready for this. He's actually pretty low on HP as well. Needs to be careful about this one as the Decrepify comes out. Cube trying to close the distance. He can't quite find him, though. The Netherblast getting dangerous as well, as they'll try and settle for Vela instead. Vela going for the roll, somehow makes it out. Nobody blocked that, and so Vela's still chasing. Cube is not done, but maybe he should be as the life drain comes through and they get the quick kill onto Cube. Now SH running forwards, but there's the glimpse coming out from Vanscore as he finds his level 2 and uses it perfectly. Now it might be getting run down from Fan though. Yep, SH has got this ultimate ability. Will be hasted forwards into BZZ, and the bottle's coming out as well. SH looking kind of healthy right now as Fan and SH play great down here.
Wraith can just kill off the Earth Spirit as well at the same time, so lots of kills going the way of the Dire at the moment. This Lifestealer is still refusing to join fights because he's maxed out the Feast first, so he doesn't really offer anything too much. Might as well just keep farming.
Yep.
And this Pugna is really starting to fall behind now. Not the hero you want to be falling behind on, he's the one that you want to be controlling the game. Now, he's the big tempo controller for the Radiant side.
So what's the plan now? Is it Midas Lifestealer?
You have to, I assume he's going to got this Midas recipe coming out on the courier at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
I assume.
Is it? No?
Yeah, he does. Oh no.
No, that's the magic wand, mate.
Okay.
Meanwhile, up in the top lane, BZZ takes the fall as V-Tune gets another kill. And he's got himself a soul ring.
That's reincarnation up. Like, this is
Pugna here. Yeah, V-Tune. He might be getting dropped here, though it doesn't really matter, as you say, as he gets tossed up by his teammate. And V-Tune, a couple more right clicks will do the job. A roll forwards, dodges it. V-Tune, he's still staying alive somehow as he throws down the stun. Still has his reincarnate to work with as well. Tiny, well, he is going to drop. So they do lose someone, but it's not the Wraith King, not even once.
Yeah, he doesn't even use his reincarnation, that's scary. I mean, if you get that reincarnation the first... No, I'm just dying. If you get that reincarnation the first time, it's really big because that's a 300-second cooldown.
Yeah.
You know, it goes on cooldown for 5 minutes. That's a long time that he's not going to have it available. So the fact they don't get it there is a little bit of a worry.
It's not 5 minutes, but okay.
In my head, I read 300 seconds instead of 200 for some reason. Imagine if something had a 5-minute cooldown. That would be amazing.
I want to see that spell. What spell would be so powerful that deserves that?
It's the Wraithing level 25 where it spouts up like Wraithing Fire Blast. That could have a 5-minute cooldown, I think, if it was early on.
Oh, if it was all that way throughout the game, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Can you get the career?
Ooh, yeah, I missed it.
Oh, the
Fortify.
glyph almost ran out before
Yeah.
the tree hit. That would have been
It's
fantastic.
kind of sweaty.
I love that this lifesteal has had an absolute free farm, but so is the Darkseer.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, it's kind of a classic Darkseer thing where you just pick this big tanky hero who isn't afraid to hit creeps, and you end up with a really farm Darkseer, which is kind of nice in the offlane.
I assume he's going to go Radiance now on the lifestealer instead of the Midas then.
It looks that way, doesn't it? It's looking very Radiancy.
Radiance indeed. What flashing everywhere and
Yep.
gold, sparkly little
Burning.
gold.
Oh,
no.
the Dan.
Come on.
You're better than this, mate. You're better than this.
We're not though, so I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, but our job is to judge people, literally.
We get an
Great.
excuse. Yes. Gonna
Don't
fight over
blame me now.
gonna fight over the bounty rune, but Doom decides not to even bother going for it.
Yeah, he's like, aha, I'm gonna nah. Even though he's got Doom, but Doom is the least threatening spell versus a Wraith King. He's like, all right, do me, cool, whatever.
I love that he's just chucking Wraith Fire Blasts out for fun as well. Might as well.
Yeah, that's good for us. Meanwhile, G gets a kill onto screen down here as he tries to go for a little bit of a rotation, but doesn't quite work out the way he wants, as Spirit does respond in force, as he's prone to doing.
Good D-wards here actually by the Radiant side here, making sure they take away that vision.
Doom
after
him
killing
now
the
whilst he hasn't
Grimstroke.
got mana for reincarnation.
What happens if we got mana just straight away afterwards? It would just make you so sad though, wouldn't it?
What do you mean got mana afterwards?
Yeah, like somebody gives him mana.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay.
is this Embrace going to come back for the damage? It is.
I don't think it matters. VCC. Oh, okay, it matters. Yeah, that Phantom's Embrace. Yehovy going to work, but she does get
Oh, he
pulled
gets
down.
the Soul Ring off just before.
V-Tune staying alive and the double stun. Hello. There's a nice little play there as they going with the Soulbind.
Here comes Darkseer as well.
Silence comes out. Oh, the stun interrupts the roll. Velor in trouble. They'll be able to rip through his defenses. Down goes the Esper. They're looking for more. Yeah, going in hard onto G here. And the Vacuum's going to cancel that TP out. What a play from your Acid fan here. It's going to get them another kill. Super aggressive, but absolutely working out. As wait a minute. It's Aachen get themselves a couple of kills.
That was a fantastic play, like turn of events there. I would say turn of events, they were always a
Nasum
front foot.
fan though stayed a little bit too long and does get brought down by the Doom, and they might find more as well as Vanscore does get killed, but Cube might pay for this one as he's under tower. Magnetize comes out onto him as well. He's got a couple of rocks to drop, so Cube, yeah, he's not going to be ticking down anytime soon. Although,
He's really tanky.
yeah,
Look at the
Magnetize.
time that he's just wasting.
Magnetize again. Magnetize again. Cube dies.
Did they get the XP though because he TP'd out?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the TP went off.
Yeah,
died
he
of
should have gone to level
Magnetize.
6 from that. So yeah, I guess he died in base.
That's
Yeah, his
That's a
corpse, his
shame.
corpse was here. And he's back already.
no. That's
Oh wait,
the
no, that's not clear. Shut up.
Tiny Darkseer. What's the difference?
I was like, what? Oh wait a minute. Oh, that was a bit of a
really
damn
nice
game.
by the Wraith King in the top lane before there, where he held the stun for the rolling boulder. So as soon as the Earthspit tried to get out there, he used the stun instantly to cancel that one. Really well played by V-Tune.
Push coming in on the top lane. They've got this Nether Blast to work with, so the tower won't be lasting a very long time here as they get through it. But bottom tower, it went a long time ago, so I don't think Aachen are very sad about this.
Sounds like you're sneezing every time.
Aachen!
The problem I see is though that the Lifesteal is going to get Radiance, but he can't fight because the rest of his team don't have anything.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Storm Rage could be in trouble here, going for the TP out. Can they get the root in on the troll? They cannot. In fact, I think he was attacking the tower, so...
I think he popped the ult there to try and hit him, but he was completely surrounded, the Lifestealer, so
Yeah.
the troll couldn't hit him.
I mean, he was in his ult, you can't control who you hit, so I think he was just hitting the tower, which is kind of awkward.
It prioritises heroes though, doesn't it?
Oh, maybe.
But if you're in melee form,
I don't know.
Oh,
New
dear.
spell, don't ask me. Meanwhile, Spirit in some trouble, and by in some trouble, he is dead.
Oh, he
Immediate
buys
buyback, though. He wants to go into this one.
oh, it only hit one.
Doom, nearly. Out comes the Doom onto Yanasim fan, though. And now the stun comes through, and the Soulbind once again linking up. So they're going for SH here. SH is going to be in some trouble. He already used his ulti earlier on, so he's going to get brought down by the Magnetize. Hello will get that kill. Buyback definitely worth it.
That looked like it could have been a 4-man static storm, and then it turned into a 1-man static storm on a target that had already been doomed. That's pretty unfortunate there for Vanscore.
Well, they'll run down this middle lane, and this tower won't be lasting a particularly long time versus this Pugner. Now, apparently chat is still very mad about the pronunciation of...
Fortified.
Aachen.
well, I mean, we're saying it wrong now again, so...
Oh no.
Should we...
Okay, we'll say what we think it is for the rest of the game, right? And
no, we can Google Translate now. Oh, no, we can't. There's a kill going on. G's going to drop.
Uh-oh. Are you going to Google Translate?
Live whilst we're casting. Yep.
Aachen, maybe? Instead of the G. Where did the G come from at the end? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean?
Well, you said Aachen.
Aachen. Yeah, someone said that in chat. Okay, how pronounce Chan? Aachen.
Aachen.
Can you hear it?
Oh,
I mean, I
God.
can't hear it. How was it?
Aachen.
Aachen.
Aachen. Okay. See? We'll go with that because that's the name of the place, so they must know.
Aachen.
Aachen.
Try
alright.
and put a bit of German into it. It'll stop being so British.
No, because then it will sound really
Aachen.
aggressive. I don't wanna do
Meanwhile,
that.
screen gets dropped. Back to the game. The important thing is Aachen coming in hard, going to bring down this disruptor. Can they do it in time, though? The Grabfly comes out to keep him alive. SH could be the one in trouble right now. Doesn't have an ult to work with anymore. As once again, the Magnetize is going to come down, which stuff is so annoying for him to deal with. Meanwhile, Vanscore does get tossed up into the air. Cube finds the kill, but they're chasing SH. SH trying to make his way through the trees. There's too many heroes chasing him down. He doesn't have the health. He's going to get blown up by G. We're going to bring in, that's some fun here. Maybe they can go for something here as they're all grouped up together. Can they get this wall in? Vacuum wall, they can. Nicely done, but G is already walked down. Cube is gone. The soul bind comes out. Aachen taking a ton here as they bring down G, Velor, and BZZ just like that.
They are desperately trying to make space for this Lifestealer to finish off his Radiance, but you have to join fights early on. This is the problem with this build. You don't offer anything for the first almost 20 minutes of the game, and at the way how fast-paced this game is at the moment, we have 36 kills in 16 minutes. When one of your heroes can't fight for that duration of the game, it really hurts you. And does Cube have his blink yet on the Tiny? Because if he didn't, and he does now, the game's only going to get scarier. Oh, he went Earn first. Okay, so he's about 900 gold away.
Right, I've got a better idea to fix this pronunciation problem.
Okay.
It seems to me that... wait. Oh, I closed it down. Never mind.
Okay. Surge out on the Wraith King. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he's alright. He's got Reincarnate and Blink anyway, so super safe build. You know, we can always just blink away after Reincarnates come in, and this Armlet just gives him a ton of fighting power. So I do feel like Aachen are kind of in this weird place now where they've gotten an advantage, but at the same time, the Lifestealer is going to come out with the Radiance. You know, they should have been winning these fights. It's absolutely on them to win these fights, but have they done enough in this time before the Lifestealer had the Radiance?
It's difficult, isn't it?
Only a 4k gold advantage. I don't know. Illidan still stands a chance of turning this game around. It all depends on these next few fights. Now that this Radiance is up, it's going to be key.
It still feels like he needs that +1 item, though, like the Solar Crest or something, to be able to fight at this point. Because the rest of his team are so far behind.
Yeah.
It's like we said before, he gets the Radiance, but it doesn't make a difference. Because he's still reliant on the rest of his team to be able to help him in these fights.
Yeah, G is nothing this game.
It's not very nice.
Sorry, mate. He's been doing work considering the state they've been in, but yeah, in terms of gold, he's very far behind. Going for this Veil now, but only with an Aether Lens.
Yeah, he is really far behind. The problem is you've got this dual core lineup in the Troll and the Wraith King again. So, even if you doom either of them, it doesn't really make a difference either. I think you probably just doom the Darks here before he gets all his utility off this game. Especially all the active items like the pipe and I assume he's going to go for a Crimson and things as well.
Grab that haste through as they jump in, stun up onto Velo. Now Soulbind comes out with the double silence as well. You're hoping getting to work as they fight hard onto this Velo here. Can they actually bring him down? He gets some Magnetize off on a bunch of heroes. And V-Tune's really low on HP. He's actually going to die, but does have that Reincarnate. Meanwhile, they're trying to run through Vanskull, but does get glimpsed back. Now V-Tune trying to get himself back. Only one life. Now Doom doesn't go off quite. Meanwhile, Vanskull does get caught out on the backlines by Cube here as he might pay the price for that as Life Drain comes out, but Avalanche to interrupt. And that's the ban making his way forwards here as they're trying to bring down G here. They will be able to do so. Meanwhile, Troll doomed up. He did get the ultimate off just beforehand, but now he's going to get brought down. He will drop, but as does V-Tune as well. So really, it's going to be Old
Live
Gold
is doing so
maybe
much.
taking this fight as Cube trying to survive up, but he's going to get down. The Eternal Blade comes down onto him. Illidan still perfectly healthy as he rolls forwards on Vela. The Rock going to connect, but not before the Surge comes off and gets Darkseer out of danger. I think that was the first fight we've seen where Old But Gold actually took it.
Illidan finally joined the fight with the Radiance, and that did so much work. And they don't have the damage to be able to bring down the Lifestealer the same way they did last game with the Earthshaker. Maybe when the Tiny gets the blink and the Rage isn't up, they might be able to. But at this point in the game, Illidan definitely top dog, and he maybe eat my words. I didn't think they'd be able to pull that one off, but...
Yeah, we were talking about the dream fight they needed where Illidan could really come to life and make some plays, and that was certainly it. I mean, he just walked through that fight. They did not focus him at all, and that Radiance got to some serious work. And now, look at that net worth chart. He is very far ahead. This is getting scary for the side of Aachen right now.
Yeah, and the Doom and the Pugner have caught up a little bit now as well, because the Troll and the Wraith King both died in the last fight. So just pushing them forward a little bit, and it didn't putting everyone on his shoulders for now.
Yep, come with me, children. I shall carry you to victory. But is it going to be enough? I mean, you got to always remember it's dual core versus single core right now, pretty much.
Again, it still feels like the same as last game, that when the BKBs come out on this dire side...
Blink in, stun, does land onto Vela eventually, but maybe some hesitation might cost them here. As then comes into grab a fire, Magnetize being used onto both of them. As you know, if he goes for a walk here, as the Phantom's Embrace does connect on to the Earth Spirit, but he will clear it off. Meanwhile, Illidan finds a kill onto Troll here as they drop down onto him. That's really bad. Now, I'll have to get themselves out on the side of Aachen.
Well, how did the Troll die? Did they use Static Storm? Or something? On the Disruptor? Because the Doom wasn't used. I know you can just slow him with the Lifestealer, but even so... Boy, Illidan is one strong boy now. Tiny has the blink, so they might be able to make something happen, but without your Troll, it's so much of your damage.
That's the fan hanging out inwards here. Rolls not going to connect as the toss comes out. The outer wall comes in. It's absolutely beautiful onto 3, but is enough to turn this fight around. Then comes the Soulbound and double silence as well. Cube trying to fight it off with V-Tune on the front lines. They will be able to bring down BTT. G dropped as well as the stun comes out onto Fanskor. Lifestealer though, where is he? He's ripping through all the backlines, but has to run himself out of this one as they get the roll off on Vela. Is it enough? Going for the TP. I don't think that's going to work. Thump! As Cube will take him out.
I don't understand that. Illidan just decided to chase the Grimstroke to kill him off, and he'd already used all his spells. You don't need to go on that Grimstroke. He's not going to be doing it much more. Yeah, I don't agree with that. And this Tiny's absolutely massive as well. If you look at the farm difference between the position 4s, Tiny has 6.3k, and Earthspirit has 3.6.
Yeah, it's fairly brutal. As they get into Roshan's pit and start taking chunks out of the big boy, but SH going for a walk. They're scared. The smoke's coming in, and they want to back themselves out as Illidan. Smoke gets popped on the front line. Svenskul going for the wraparound, seeing if he can maybe glimpse somebody back into danger. And Illidan's like running right up this lane.
Yeah, he's trying to give vision for the Disruptor to use Glimpse. They might go for Roshin now that they know the cooldowns are down on the dire side. They have the Medallion as well on the Lifestealer if they want to take it a little quicker.
Yeah,
I think you keep it defensively on yourself.
Aachen did very politely start it off for them, but now once again they will decide against committing to Roshan. Nobody wants to be that team to start the fight.
You see at the moment as well, the Troll's just going to push in this bot lane really hard to try and force somebody down here. So as soon as somebody from the Radiant side comes down to this bot lane, the Troll can always just TP back to the top side of the map. So you see Lifestealer just decides to walk down instead to make sure that nobody wastes TP down there. Everybody needs to be able to get to that Roche fight if they need to. He's going for the
Smoke
Shadow
up
Blade.
again. Yeah, Cube being a bit greedy.
I would have
But I
liked to
think
have
it's a good
seen.
idea.
I would have liked to have seen the 4 stuff. I think personally, but I mean Shadowblade's good as well. It's all about getting that right initiation. The Shadowblade. I think somebody's going to be hiding in the trees up here trying to shove the lane out, but unfortunately it's not the case.
I have a theory, but it is not correct. Meanwhile, where is this side of Old Big Gold? They're hanging out in the mid lane. This Doom with his... Oh, gets jumped upon actually by V-Tune here as a stun comes in, but immediately dooming up the Darkseer, forcing him back now. Roll comes forwards as well. Meanwhile, EZZ still fighting it off, and then they actually take down the Wraith King. Reincarnate is triggered. Meanwhile, Funyasan Fan finally getting brought down here. V-Tune gonna have to get himself away, but the Rock's gonna slow him down. They throw down the Inks fell onto him, but they'll just dodge it out and finish the job. BZZ gets the kill. Down goes 2 in the middle lane. A poor engagement from Aachen here as they will now look towards Roshan. Cube on the sidelines. He's got the invis. Have they got the sight? Yes, they do. He realizes the jig's up and will just go down with a tree in hand.
I'm not really sure why they tried to force the fight while the troll wasn't there.
Yeah, they were busy like trying to make rotations stop, especially when you're halfway towards his Shadow Blade. Really interesting time to try and take a fight there, and unfortunately it didn't really work out. Obviously they had an idea about how they could get a quick kill in the mid lane, but the Doom comes off onto the Darkseer and makes things very difficult. Like, it was a beautiful Doom from BZZ.
They scouted top lane before and saw there wasn't anybody there, and the Wraithing was like, well, there's nobody top lane, I'm going to go in mid.
Time to commit.
And so all of a sudden there's just 5 Radiant heroes mid.
Are scanning.
They don't take the Roche, but they do go and take the mid tier too, which is also nice. Troll working towards that BKB, it's going to be a big deal. But even when he gets that BKB, if the Doom can get his ult off before that BKB, it's going to ruin the Troll.
It really will.
I did like the Doom on the Darkseer there in the last fight. Stops all that utility like we mentioned before. And Illidan gets another kill.
Yeah, runs down screen in the bottom lane.
Do you think he goes Solar Crest here, or would he go for something else?
I don't know. He's got the evasion talent, and no one's yet picked up an MKB. So, I mean, it would just make him impossible to kill.
Could go like Nullifier or something maybe as well.
I think
Not
I
sure.
like the.
Oh, he's going
Sol-
AC.
AC.
Obviously,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Oh, like he wants the armor first.
Yeah. This.
I mean, that's why I thought he might build the Solar Crest though. Never mind. This Wraith King's felt a little bit underwhelming this game. To be honest,
Agreed.
for the amount of farm that he has, he's got a Deso queued up.
He just gets the Echo Saber delivered to him, so trying to just go for that pure blow up potential.
But you can't blow up the Lifestealer, and he's your only issue this game. It feels like.
Yeah.
You have to keep working towards these BKBs. I think. It feels like he just doesn't want one. Rather go for the raw damage instead and rely on the reincarnation in the fights. Troll picks up his. Oh
Cube?
dear. Do they know he's there?
I don't know, but
Oh
yeah,
no.
they do. He just pops down the sentry, and they get started on Cube, and Cube will die. Oh dear.
Old but Gold really feeling themselves now. We said they tilted a bit last time, but they've come out the races straight away.
Yep,
Oh,
they're
what
an
a trap.
experienced team. They're capable of losing their minds a little bit, but getting them back and get ready and get straight into the next game, which is exactly what you like to see.
If there's one thing that Old and Gold have, it's definitely experience.
Yeah.
Right, they just send the Lifestealer into the pit by himself.
Dire's
It's so slow.
fortified.
They can't take the Roche. They really want to, but they just don't have the damage output.
Feed coming over, smoke will pop. Then on the front lines, they jump in on the back lines, trying to blow up the Doom nice and quickly here before he can get that Doom off, but it's not going to happen now. The Soulbind comes out onto Illidan and onto fellow heroes. The Phantom's Embrace will follow. They've doomed up that Darkseer, but not before he got his combo. Kind of wasted there. V-Tune dropping low. He's got the reincarnation and gets a kill on Velo before he goes down. Meanwhile, they're trying to play with Illidan Storm Rage here. SH, though, he doesn't have the damage. In comes the Glimpse as well, bringing SH back into G's hands, and they blow him up with an Infest Bomb to finish off SH. Now they look towards the Doom as well, straight up onto this high ground, trying to blow up the Doom, but not going to happen.
Oh, good TP.
Some fan will be able to get a sneaky TP out in the trees. Keep stalking the backlines, but it's Grimstroke who's in trouble as they use that another hero on the side of Aachen Esports.
Really nice fight by the Radiant side. They can't deal with Illidan, though, at the moment on this Dire side. That was the 10-second troll BKB, achieving absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I said that this needs to be the time where the Dire really come online and try and make something happen, but Illidan's massive at this point.
Look at the goal difference.
I mean, he has this plate mail and the medallion. So the troll starts hitting him, but he's got armor. Like at this point in last game, he didn't have the plate mail, and the troll had a BKB +1 item.
Yeah, Troll's really far behind, and we're really feeling. I mean, he's underneath G. He's underneath all of his team as well. It's a really awkward place. And where's Wraith King's net worth going? He's just got these very small items, and he still doesn't feel as strong as the Lifestealer, which is kind of awkward.
They just can't deal with Illidan. He's just running around in these fights doing whatever he wants. Tiny tries to go on him when the rage is down, but there's no follow-up damage to be able to kill him. And Doom's in the meanwhile just sitting at the front. It's being really annoying. Who was the offlaner last game?
That was a long time ago. I can't remember that.
I can't remember either. But it feels like this game, because they have this Crimson available, I can't remember if they did last time, but... Did they have a Darkseer themselves? I think they did. And that's another kill. Illidan just running around doing whatever he wants this game with the AC now.
Yeah, Screen really can't do a lot once Illidan decides to go on him here. The Inkswell, it's not enough for him to get away, and then the Rage as well. Really not an issue for Illidan to find that pick off time and time again.
He can always just go high ground really easily too by just popping Rage, hitting the tower and going back again. He doesn't have to commit to killing off the tower all at once.
Yep. They do fortify. I think that's for bottom here as the skeleton's starting to get to work and SH comes in as well. They blow that one up quite quickly. Middle tier 3 taking a couple of shots here.
Like we said though, they don't have to commit to the tower, just play around this Rage timing. Absolutely fine.
Yeah, meanwhile top tower getting taken by G as well on the Pugner. They've got so much poke on these towers with the Rage and with this Nether Blast as well. TPN from SH. Meanwhile the toss back onto G. They might be able to get the quick kill onto the Pugner here, but they don't have the vision. The Glimmer Cape is enough to keep him alive, and now the response comes. They get Wraith King, held him back. Meanwhile Illidan just jumps on backlines and blows up Screen. No trouble at all. Meanwhile, it comes the wall, but it's not really doing a whole lot as the Static Storm does come down, but the Doom is just not doing anything. BZZ allowed to escape again, thanks to that Decrepify.
Lifesteal is just refusing to walk through the wall to give them a Radiance as well. I say that he runs through the wall.
Yep, and immediately runs through the
them
wall.
A Radiance. Yeah, I mean, the Tiny Buy's back into the game, but Illidan, again, just running around doing whatever he wants. These Glimmer Capes and Decreps from the Pugner are just keeping everybody alive.
Lifesteal on Lifesteal, the fight was thrilling.
Oh, the skeletons. Kill them. They're going to go for this mid-tier 3 now by the looks of it. Oh, mid-tier 3 has fallen, so they can just go for this Rax if they want. This is sneaking the bounty runes away.
Yeah, getting that money for his team. Now looking at mid, Ping's coming out, and they jump. They actually managed to find a Pelor there, but I don't think the Wraith King was even expecting to find him as he wasn't ready with that stun. Now, V-Tune chasing forwards here, trying to find somebody, find a target as the stone comes through, and again, the stun not coming off. They can't find the catch. They will walk into Illidan here. They're getting a fair amount of damage onto this guy, but in comes a Decrepify helping him out, but SH does a double damage rune. Can I actually blow this guy up? In goes SH, popping that BKB. Ultimate is available. He's trying to chase all the heroes in the world right now, but that BKB is just going to be wasted.
They have
now
glimpse
the roll comes forwards, connecting onto SH. They get the Yules off. V-Tune is here, though, trying to get the turnaround onto the Earth Spirit. The Magnetize come down in time. Earth Spirit actually not going to go down. He gets a roll up onto the high ground. Meanwhile, SH gets brought down inside the ultimate from the Disruptor. Both of them going to fall. Wraith King coming back to life. The buyback from the Troll as well, but is it enough? V-Tune coming into this fight, dropping so very low. The wall comes down, though. The Avalanche from behind. They managed to get the kill onto Velor. Can they get any more? Illidan going for the TP out with that Rage will be successful, so they'll look for more instead. Who can they find? BZZ is in the trees. Not really likely. Velor maybe a little bit more hopeful as the Avalanche does connect. They find Vanscore, toss him up and beat him up as, SH makes his way over. Finally, Aachen Esports take a fight, but it's not a convincing one as you got to give credit. Old but Gold do an excellent job on disengaging from that.
Yep, the Troll bought back as well, so he's falling further and further behind in the net worth chart. They might have to just go for the Roche here if they can, but if Illidan walks in while they're in the Roche pit, what do they do? Because they can't kill him.
Yeah, no, it's been proved time and time again. Now he's just pounding into this Darkseer who will have to rage himself away.
Surges off into the oh no, he's just brought back.
God. Why are you here, SH? This is a mistake. Down he goes. That's a dieback on the Troll, and this is probably going to be a mid-rax. I wouldn't be surprised.
Where's the tip?
Roshan is up, though. Maybe this will be the play.
No, I don't think you go Roche at this point. You know the Troll doesn't have buyback. Just go for the racks. We've seen already, they don't take the Roche particularly quickly. They can always just get the mid-racks and then go back for the Roche if they want to.
Yeah.
There's a Lotus on the Darkseer. Okay, that's nice. I guess.
It's something.
They need like a Hex or something to try and deal with this Lifestealer, but even then, it's really difficult. It's just starting to chew away on these racks now. Glyph comes out, but it's just delaying the inevitable, it feels like.
Yep, 30 seconds still until this Troll comes back, and Old but Gold will take a middle rack and maybe look for more as well.
Just the one rack.
For now, for now.
I mean, that back wall just doesn't do anything.
Oh, yeah, that was super annoying. He wanted the Radiance, obviously, and he's going to try and send it in and use it to delay the push. But, oh, did they kill the Lifestealer
I
creep?
think he used Rage
Oh,
before
right.
the back came out. Which is unfortunate.
Dire's middle
Just
barracks
Rage's TPs.
fallen.
It's like when you play against the Juggernaut and he just spin TPs
Oh,
away
they
from
get a
in front of you.
glimpse. Oh, wait.
Radiant's
Wrong team.
bottom tower is under attack.
Goes down anyway. The tiny TP to the shrine there to try
Oh,
and pick
okay, that was
somebody off.
super confusing. I was like, what? Who's glimpsing who?
Yeah, and they just go. I think they have to try and do this. They know the troll doesn't have buyback, so they have to try and get this Aegis on him. Otherwise, the next fight's going to be ridiculously hard.
Yeah, but even then, the troll is
Here
so
we
much
go.
weaker than. And then they go on the back lines. They're going to find the quick kill onto screen, I think. He does manage to get the Soulbind double silence off, but it doesn't mean
It's
that he's
the
going to
Illidan
live.
boy.
Meanwhile, SH getting jumped upon. Illidan is on top of him. Hero's Cube comes in. They're trying to do the damage here. BKB pop, Troll ulti as well. They're trying to chop through Illidan here as the root does come off by BDC.
So tanky.
Yeah, he's just missing so much on the side of Troll. He needs so much more than what he has, and down he goes. SH takes a fall once again. 50 seconds, no buyback. The roll forwards onto the Tiny. They'll be able to rip through this Tiny as well, so Old but Gold get themselves yet another one. And down goes V-Tune as well. And there's your GG going. We're going to a game 3 at last.
I respect that play from the Dire side though to try and go for that Roche because they knew they had to do something. Otherwise, the game was over.
Radiant
Did you see the troll just beating into the Lifestealer there? He had AC Medallion and then the effect of the Crimson on him as well, and he just wasn't taking any damage from the troll.
Yeah, that
Literally
was
nothing.
amazing.
It's almost like he got on a +1 armor in the last patch kind of level. That was very nice. They've untilted themselves.
They have.
And
They've
they,
got themselves out of their knot, and they've come back with a passion as, yeah, the Lifestealer goes to work. Absolute 9-0, sitting with 689. Not the craziest GPM we've ever seen, but still, you know, just staying ahead and shoulders above everybody else in a very high fighting game. This Lifestealer just stuck to the farm, and it did pay off for him after all.
Especially in the start of the game as well, where the Disruptor was like halfway to level 2 at 5 minutes in. They managed to recover that so quickly.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. They played around this Lifestealer Radiance timing really well. They took some bad fights before, but almost to make space for the Lifestealer to come online. I honestly didn't think that first Radiance fight would go quite so well.
Yeah, that
But it
was
did.
really nice. But yeah, you know, I was saying, you know, 4K gold advantage before the Lifestealer was fighting, before he got that Radiance. Is it really enough? And it just didn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like really it was. And in the end, it wasn't.
No, the Troll felt like it got a little bit countered this game. The Pugna
Yep.
played very well, I thought, by G. Even though he's behind, this Glimmer Cape and the Decrep just kept people alive for so long. They couldn't focus anybody down on the Dire side. They don't have any burst damage during that Decrep to kill people off. So this Troll and the Wraith King, basically the similar type of hero where they want to slap people down, and they can't. It just doesn't work.
Well, what else can you do? Unfortunately, I consider Esports will drop out of this game, but not out of the series. It's now 1-1, so everything to play for in the final game coming up shortly. My name's Nomad, he's MoFarah, and we're going to be back shortly for game number 3 and the finale of this lower bracket game to find out who's getting knocked out and who's got another chance at getting to the minor. See you shortly.